Today I'm talking about the harmony of the Pink Floyd song, Us and Them. It's time for a progressive rock edition of
Keith Horn's Chord of the Week.
Pink Floyd's 1973 album, The Dark Side of the Moon, is the fourth best-selling album of all time, only behind Thriller, Back in Black, and the soundtrack to The Bodyguard. Listen to these chords from the song Us and Them, written by keyboardist Richard Wright. We start with the D add 9, move to a D6 9, and then the money chord, a D minor major 7, add 9, followed by G Lydian, over D. Notice everything is over this D pedal. The first two chords aren't that unusual, but the third chord takes a turn that gives the song a dark and haunting color. It's actually the same chord as the James Bond chord. And the Die Hard chord. But in this context, it's used as a borrowed one chord in an otherwise D major chord progression. This is a circular and hypnotic chord progression that is classic Pink Floyd, and the jazz-influenced writing of Richard Wright is a major factor in the sound of the band. In my view, he's the most underrated member of Pink Floyd.
Never heard of him.
I love this chord progression because it demonstrates how complex harmony can be used sparingly and tastefully to complement an otherwise more accessible, or dare I say, listener-friendly harmonic approach. I think too often composers get caught up in the trap of thinking that harmony, it has to be complex, it should be complex throughout an entire piece of music, and I'm guilty of that myself from time to time. It might be why progressive rock has traditionally not been accepted by a mainstream audience, because it feels like it has to use complexity in order to identify itself as progressive.
And we're very progressive.
But Pink Floyd has so successfully managed to ride that fine line between progressive and mainstream rock, and because of that, they remain like the OG of the genre.
I'm original OG.
Now it's time to exercise these chords. The first thing is to memorize this sequence of chords like this: major 1 add 2, 1 6 9, 1 minor major 7 add 9, and 4 Lydian over 1.
That sounds simple enough. Let's just do that.
So here it is in D. 1 add 2, 1 6 9, 1 minor major 7 add 9, and then 4 Lydian over 1. And then play it through all 12 keys. I have 6 different ways that I like to use to get through every key center, one of which is the plagal cycle, so let's use that. And run it through all 12 keys like that. So that's the Us and Them chord progression from Pink Floyd's masterpiece album, The Dark Side of the Moon. Please consider supporting and subscribing if you like this video. And thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and happy practicing.
Yeah. Who this? This beat. Yo, who this? Yo, who this? Who this?